Had a little bit of a technical difficulty. We had, Skip to Malu on the line, and I'm not sure what happened, but the connection was lost. But yeah, we were right in the kind of middle of talking about his time at Fresno State. Sorry for the inconvenience, y'all. We're gonna get him right back up and continue our talk. Yeah, I'm a little tight at that this connection messed up. But yeah, Legends talk, man, with Rafer, Skip to Malu, Alston. Thank you for sticking with us. But yeah, man. I hope everybody is soaking that in, that knowledge. All right, Skip. My fault, man. I don't connection, but yeah, we getting to that, man. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to all that. Yo, my fault. I don't know what happened, but connection was messed up. But I could even see you a little better now.
Okay.
But
all right. Well, then now the viewers can't say nothing about the phone now.
Yeah. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing.
Yeah.
About this.
Now y'all can see me. You can see him. We back on, y'all.
Right. Yeah, we back on.
Cause my boy Slim, I see my boy Slim. He the one that was worried about it. Then my boy Black Graham talk about, yo, what's wrong with Skip phone?
Nah, yeah, you can see him
yo,
now.
Yo. I don't care how much money somebody got. If y'all think somebody needs something, man, feel free to go get it for them, y'all. Come on, man. Don't talk about it, you know what I'm saying?
Send that cash app.
Yeah, and nowadays they got all kind of ways to send somebody money. So you can't be like, you gotta come pull up and pick it up. Nah, man, it's too many ways. Zelle, Cash App.
Yeah. Send that. You think I need a new phone? Send that over.
Hell yeah.
But I think we were talking about your time at Fresno. You know what I'm saying? Tarkanian, those legendary coaches. Of course, those guys. Anybody would want to play with those guys like John Thompson and the rest of those legendary cats. But like you said, Tarkanian, he was definitely one of those guys to take a chance on people that needed a chance. You know what I'm saying? That was nice.
No, he was, man. It was a fascinating thing, man, because growing up in the '80s, a lot of us in New York City, we were all wanted to be Big East guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we St. John, Georgetown, Villanova, all of UConn, Syracuse, all those teams is always on the TV when we were young.
Right.
And then on the weekends, we got to call it like North Carolina games and all of DePaul. See, that's why, as I say, I'm such a student of the game. I used to watch all of them. I remember when Rod Strickland was at DePaul. And I remember when one of my favorite guards to watch was David Rivers when he was at Notre Dame. David Rivers used to cut all these dudes behind. I got a chance to watch Mark Pearl Washington. All they got Kenny Smith when he was at North Carolina. So, but then as the late '80s, like 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, those are the time we was all UNLV fans. You know what I'm saying?
Saying what's clearer.
Yeah, okay, Graham. Okay, Black Graham. You know what I mean? Listen, man. All you got to do is send me the money to go get a new phone. So it was like a dream come true. It was a dream come true to see to be recruited by Coach Talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh wow.
Right.
Even though it wasn't UNLV, it still was a dream come true to when he to play for him.
Right. Now, of course, man. And then when he ultimately passed away, man, that had to been a blow to you. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, man. Coach Talk is one of them guys, man. I don't know about everybody else, man. I've had a lot of people in my life like pass away, and I don't know about everyone else. There's some funerals that it's hard for me. It was hard for me to go to,
right?
Because I knew that if I go, I'm gonna lose it. I was gonna lose it. I probably couldn't control myself.
That was one of them.
Coach Talk was one of them, and then I remember early on I mentioned Mike Bell. Mike Bell definitely was another one because Mike Bell was not just my coach; he's like an uncle,
right.
Damn near father figure. You know, Mike Bell was everything to me. You know what I'm saying? So that was another one. Like it was like if I went, man, they probably gonna have to put me in one.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it was gonna be too much for me to handle. Too much of me. And Talk was another one, man. Talk was one that every day I speak to coach. Every day, even when times was rough on the court, or I had a situation I had to go through while I was in college, and he was the one guy I could call on and just talk to, man. Coach, Coach would stop whatever he was doing and to hear me, to hear you. If you need to go to his house or he needed to come to yours to talk to you, he was that kind of coach, man.
No, absolutely.
And I know for a fact, as much as I watch college basketball, till this day, I mean, YouTube stories. I have yet to see players speak about their coach. Like a lot of us could talk about Coach Tark.
Nah, that's for sure, man. Rest in peace to Coach Tark, and everybody else that in your life that lost theirs on the way, during your journey.
Yeah, no doubt.
But now you're coming back for the your summers. Hooping and your EBCs, your Kingdoms, you know what I'm saying? All of the legendary tournaments, right? Do you have a favorite? I mean, I think it's gonna probably be EBC. But do you have a favorite?
Not necessarily. See, EBC that's where the whole skip and the nickname originated. Shout out to Duke Tango Al Cash. They gave me the nickname. You know what I mean? Yes, it's a good tournament, but over the years it kept getting watered down. See, when I first went to that tournament to watch, I was a youngster, like 1987. 1987, summer 87, the first time I got a whiff of 155th Street in Rucker,
Mm-hmm.
Right? 88, I went back to the Rucker. I went up there in 88 again to watch, and that's when Future. I got a chance to see Future. He was the so-called youngster Skip to Malou type of player back then that everyone came to see. I gotta say, one of my favorite guys to watch was Dancer Doogie, and of course Master Rob. So
the great one.
And that's how it was. 2.5, 3 years later, I was out there running wild as a youngster that everybody see. But in the midst of all that, I was playing in a lot of tournaments throughout the city, in Brooklyn, Harlem, Bronx, doing my thing. My junior year or senior year, when I was leaving high school, a guy by the name of James Ryan. James Ryan used to take us around to play in a lot of pro-am tournaments, right? So they used to take us to a lot of and on that team, you had a lot of guys, man. You had Tony Hargrave. You had all these guys, man, that was just, they were older than me. They were grown men at the time. Anthony Mason, and he used to take us all the way to Jersey Shore one night. The next night, we playing in some pro-am league somewhere. Then the next night. So as a youngster, every day so people didn't know that. Like every day I was, name the team was Primetime. And every day I was hanging with grown men every day. The only time I was hanging with my peers was if I played the tournament with them or when they dropped me back off in the neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whenever they dropped me back off. So I got a taste of playing against bigger, stronger men when I was 17, 18 years old. And I was out there holding my own. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, that's when they knew that I had a big shot of playing. Speedy, Derek Cannon. Like it was so many of us, man. It was so many of us that, you know what I mean? Dog, like, it was to the point, I was happy sometimes to even touch the floor with them dudes. But the good thing, Kev Young, but the good thing about those dudes, Buster Bombers. I played Buster. So every day, I had about 2 and 3 games a day, every day. You know what I'm saying? I played my age group. I played with the older dudes. I played with everybody, yo. You know what I'm saying? So it was ridiculous. So that coming back home to play in Rucker was not my main focus at that time. That was the easy tournament for me.
That was fun.
You know what I'm saying? That was the easy tournament because I was playing against a lot of, at that time, when you got to 96, 97, it was predominantly my peers playing that tournament. that was the easy tournament for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even like when I walked in that park, I wasn't even flinching. I wasn't going to flinch. It was like, okay, I know what I could do to these two. It was when I had to go play in the pro-ams.
Right.
Hunter College, go to Jersey Shore. Because when you went to Jersey Shore, you played against Terry DeHare and them. At this time, Terry DeHare is playing with the Clippers. You see what I'm saying? So we playing against everybody, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm talking about everybody. Rucker was more of a competitive tournament because I'm playing against the top players of my age. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made Rucker so competitive for me is that Kareem Reed, Future, A Butter, Alamo. It's so many. We all around the same age, and these are the nice creme de creme. Shamgard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jamal Tinsley. All these dudes was the top. We were all the top of our era. You know, Stephon, whenever he came to play, you know, so that's what happened with that. That's why Rucker was so great because every night I had to go against a top flight guard.
Right, and they trying to embarrass you the same way you embarrass them.
So it was a battle from that standpoint. And what made it a good battle too, you had the dude from the neighborhood that was nice. That's what made that so authentic. Yeah. That it could be a dude like I remember God bless soul Mike Boogie. You know, like little, it was a youngster named Mike Boogie, not the old school Mike Boogie.
Right.
It was another youngster named Mike Boogie. So Mike, like these dudes just dudes from the neighborhood.
Right.
These dudes is nice.
Right.
So that's what made Rucker so good. But the other tones was tougher because your game had your IQ at the game had to be on point because you playing against guys that been there, done that. They playing overseas, coming back. Anthony Mason, Mark Jackson, they in the pros. Like when I played Hunter College, we won the championship, and my team was me, Mark Jackson, God bless soul, Anthony Mason, Walter Berry, Marty Conlon. Like that was our team.
Stack pro.
So we played. I mean, like Kareem Reed was on one team, and these dudes on one team, they couldn't mess with it because we already had the IQ. We already was playing pro ball. You know what I mean? I was on the bench with the Bucks. I was on the bench with the Bucks and all that. You got all these dudes. They in the league or playing overseas. That we putting dudes in pick and rolls, post ups, isolation.
Right,
so it was like we walked out of Hunter College with the trophy. It was 6'2".
Yeah.
I gave a little kid. I gave a little kid my trophy outside.
What'd you say?
I gave a little kid my trophy outside. Little kid. He's like, oh, let's get to my little. I'm like, here, little man. Take that home with you. The trophy bigger than him.
That little kid
6'2",
right? He's probably on his live right now, man. Looking at
man. I don't remember who the kid was. I just gave him my trophy. I'm like, yo, man, take that with you, man. It's good. You know, we grown men. At that time, the days of us collecting trophies, I'm like, yo, man, take that with you, man.
Yeah. I got too many trophies in my crib anyway, man. Here, take that.
Yeah, man. And I wasn't living in New York at the time. It was summertime. I'm just coming home. I'm coming back, for the summer.
Right.
You know, I got my apartment, condo, townhouse in Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
that's how it works.
So in terms of in terms of that mixtape, right? That N1 mixtape thing, right? That was, and all of the street ball, you know what I'm saying? All of the street ball that you were playing, where you grew the legend of Skip to My Lou. How important was that to your personal development in terms of where you were, where you wanted to go?
That mixtape wasn't important.
Not at all.
See, that's what I was telling you. I already had the bigger picture already in my head because I grew up in the mecca of basketball. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to some other coaches before I go, man. Vincent Smith.
Vince, shout out to Vince.
Kenny Smith brother coached me. Kev Jackson. The left rack, the left rack crew. All aim high and all that stuff. So I used to go work out with a lot of these guys, and they always instilled in us, yo, man, you got to be like Kenny Smith, Kenny Anderson. You got to be like Pearl Washington. You got to be like Ross Strickland. You got to be like these dudes. Because they saw all these guys in my game. They saw all of them, man. You know what I'm saying? Mark Jack, you got to be like Mark Skip. You got to be like this person. The mixtape, that was not important. It was something to do. Like, that style of basketball was something to do when it was nothing to do. Right? You know how many nice people play with the Globetrotters?
Yeah. Shout out to A-Butter too.
They they do all that stuff. They do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? They throw confetti on the crowd. Right? They pull somebody's trousers down. And again, they will tell you that ain't important to them. Right. It's just, you know what? This is something else other to do than to just put the ball down, than to put the basketball down. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what that and one stuff was for me. It was just fun, something fun to do. You know what I mean? With some guys I grew up playing basketball with. You know, shout out to Dribbling Shane, Main Event. You know, all these guys played in Rucker, so we all grew up playing ball with and against each other in Rucker and different tournaments. So to go on these tours and all that, doing the mixtapes with them was just something. I'm like, damn, yo.
It was fun.
Yo, this is big for not only them, the company. This is big for me too, because now I'm a part of something other than mainstream basketball.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what that was to me. You know, it's big for the company. The company was big for them, man. It wasn't big for me.
But they left you off of Volume 1 and put you on Volume 2 or something like that. I know there was a little controversy behind that.
No, so Volume 1 is considered the one with just me, really.
Oh, okay. I know there was some
So when Volume 2 and 3 and some of those came out, I wasn't really on tour with all of them dudes because because I was going to college. I mean, I was going in the pros then.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was my focus, trying to be in the pro. Shout out to I see somebody trying to, my boy The Worm. That's my boy Sean Burt. We grew up together, man, playing pee-wee baseball together, playing in tournaments around the neighborhood. That's my boy, man. We even had fights with each other, man.
Hey, it's not real.
Yeah, man. That's my boy, though, man. That's my boy. And that's just love. That's my boy, man. We had a lot of love, man. Sean Burt. Shout out to The Worm, man. He was tough, man, basketball player, man. We call him The Worm, Sherm, because he reminded us of the neighborhood of Sherman Douglas, the way he played.
Sherman Douglas was a monster too.
We used to chase each other in the baseball field with bats, man, trying to fight each other with bats. Then we end up hanging around. I ended up hanging in this project. He from 40 Pride, ended up hanging in this project with all of them every day, man. You know, we all went to middle school together, so you know we had to stop all that after a while, man. Because after a while, man, we knew that, you know, we from the same neighborhoods and everything. So the best thing for us to do, we gotta protect each other, man.
Right. Let's battle these other cats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, that's what we was, man.
But yo, draft night, man, 1998. You know what I'm saying? You were selected by the Milwaukee Bucks with the 39th pick overall. What were your emotions throughout that day, man? You know what I'm saying? Were you like? I was by myself, man. I was
by myself in a restaurant in California, man. I was by myself, man, and everything came over me, man. Everything came over me, man. I was in a restaurant. The people had no idea. I'm yelling, like, you know, when I saw my name, it's so funny. A coach I dreamed of playing for called. He was calling the second round. That was John Thompson. John Thompson was calling the second round that day. He called my name, and everything came over me. But I had to immediately get back to reality, because back then second round picks wasn't really guaranteed their money and all that, so you had to make the team. But and it was a lockout year, so but everything flashes before you.
Right.
When your name is called. So all the time as a little kid, playing in all over Queens, playing in St. Louis Park, Basie Park, 48 Park in Queens, 40 Park, IS8, O'Connell Park, Montebello Park. All that came over me, man, as a kid, man. Just like, wow, man, everything I dreamed about happened, man, and it's finally here.
No, that's big, man. I could only imagine, man. But yo, somebody wants to know about Big Jeff, man. I don't know if you care to
which Big Jeff? I got a lot of Big Jeffs in my life.
You're gonna have to be more specific with that.
I mean, are they talking about my boy Big Jeff from like Rockaway Boulevard and all that, in the back blocks of Rockaway Boulevard? They used to play with me on Dogs of War, all that. If you talking about that Big Jeff, man, that's Big Jeff. That's the Big Jeff you could take everywhere, man. Not for just basketball, man. If somebody was messing with you and things went left, you can go get that Big Jeff. So, okay, yeah. So Coconut Ciroc said, yeah, that's right, yeah. Big Jeff was tough, man. So that That was that Big Jeff he was serious about, you know, everything, man. But he was friendly too, man. That people understand, man. He was a cool dude, man. He was a cool dude.
Facts. But yo, so you definitely played on some squads in the league that were, you know, some pretty good squads. You know what I'm saying? You had a pretty good career considering, you know what I'm saying, being a dude from the hood. That's, you know, one day you play in that Kingdom and the next day you on TV. You know what I'm saying? So that's from my perspective, because you know what I'm saying. But in terms of your career, who would you say you had the best time with? You had
the whole time in the league. Listen, you in the NBA, your whole time is beautiful there. Like I said, it's a dream come true. It's the top of the line. You can't make it any higher than the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously the best time was the team I went to the NBA Finals with. That's with the Orlando Magic. But one of my favorite teams was the team here in Houston. My time in Houston was the greatest. I love Houston, the organization, everything here was good.
You still out there, huh?
Yeah, still live in Houston. Yeah. So we won 22 in a row. You know what I'm saying? We won 22 in a row. And then Dwayne Wade's rookie year, when we were picked to finish as the worst team in the history of the league, Stephen A. Smith picked us to finish the worst team in the history of the NBA league, and we ended up going to the Eastern Conference semifinals, losing to the Pacers. Yeah. And I couldn't pick no better team to lose to, because on the Pacers they had a bunch of other New York guys with Jamal Tinsley, Ron Artest, now Metta World Peace. So they had all those guys. So you know what I mean. So it wasn't a bad. And Kenny Anderson was on that team as well.
Now, in terms of, I don't know if anybody's gonna ask it, man, but I gotta bring up the Orlando situation. I know you probably mentioned it 1,000 times on different interviews, but in terms of productivity, I felt like you did enough on that squad. You know what I'm saying, to get a contract. You know what I'm saying. That's when Jameer was hurt, and when he came back, they kind of went with their guy or whatever the case may be, and it left you hanging a little bit. But in my perspective, I think that you should have. I mean, you were the one that led them. You know what I'm saying, to the finals, pretty much. You know what I'm saying. You were. Man,
you know it happens, man. I started every game. It just, what happened was when we got to the finals and Jameer announced he was coming back, you know, he was their starting point guard. You know what I'm saying? I always felt, this is what I felt.
With all due respect to Jameer Nelson, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like they should have. I got to go with what's, you know what I'm saying, where the fire is hot at. You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's what I'm saying. I still started every game. You know, everybody thinks, oh, they took Skip out. No, I started every game.
But Jameer, when Jameer came back, he was ineffective.
When they subbed me out, my minutes changed because they felt they were going to play Jameer for a good stretch. And what happens, my minutes. So when I subbed out, I sit for a long time, right? So that's what the effect of Jameer came back was. Is that it messed up not just my rhythm, the rhythm of the team,
right?
You know, as well. You know, that's what happens, man. You know, it's the NBA. Nothing you could do.
Right. I mean,
that's their star point guard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Was I happy about it? No. Was the team happy about it? No. But you have to live with it. And till this day, we have to live with it. And nothing we could do about it. We live with it. And you know what I'm saying? It costs. We don't know if it costs us the championship. We don't know that.
Right.
Because we played against, God bless his soul, Kobe Bryant played the best player in the game at the time. And that team, shout out to Lamar Odom. My queen's brother, man. They had a hell of a team. Yeah, like, people understand that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody could say what they want to say from outside, but they not on that court with them dudes. That's a tough team to play against, man.
No, you're right.
Look at their front line.
You're right.
Kobe Bryant. I mean, not Kobe Bryant. Lamar Odom. Pau Gasol. Bynum. Look at all that length.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
7 footers on
Ariza, Kobe Bryant, Derek Fisher. They was a tough team, man. Sometimes you got to salute and tip your hat. But from a rhythm standpoint, it kind of threw me off. It threw me off. And it threw the rest of us off as a rim standpoint. What I thought they should have did was, to be honest with you, if they was going to play my minutes like that, they should have put him back in the starting lineup and let me play my 27, 28 minutes right off the bench and let me play mine straight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Get it out the mud. I don't think.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I would have played my 28 straight and get out their way.
Word. Now, Skip, man, I don't know if you're gonna be mad at me about this question or not, man. And I think I asked you on the other platform from the audience, but yo, man, the people want to know, man. You know what I'm saying? The slap heard across the United States of America, man, around the globe. You know what I'm saying? Take me back to that moment. I know you're not proud of that moment. I know you probably
not at all
do right now and all of that. But that was like a moment for me, like, you know what I'm saying, like a historical moment almost, where, you know what I'm saying, one of the dudes that I know, you know what I'm saying, that I was a fan of, you know what I'm saying, it was involved with that situation. But, you know what I'm saying, can you take me back to that, you know what I'm saying, what happened there? Was it a frustration thing? Or
It was a little both. It was like frustration, and Eddie House one of them slick talking dudes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was just slick talking dude, but it's something I regret. Me and him are friends, bro. Like I regret that. Man. It was that's all it was. Frustration and the fact that, you know what I'm saying, that's who he is. He one of them. He could be 1 for 9. He hit the next 3. He want to pop his jersey.
Nah, yo, Skip, I couldn't go back to my hood if I ain't asked you that, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's cool, man. I get asked every time, bro. I could be in a restaurant. A fan could be in a restaurant. Hey, man, I still remember you slap such and stuff like that. And I got to act like that's the only thing you remember my career?
Nah, but you definitely had some memorable moments. You know what I'm saying? What were some of your more memorable, your favorite moments that you really enjoyed throughout your career? Can you identify any?
I had a lot, man. I mean, dropping 31 on the Lakers, hitting 8 threes, hitting the game winner when I was in Miami over Sean Bradley.
Yeah.
Being part of the team that won 22 in a row is bigger than all that. Being on the team that went to the NBA Finals is bigger than all that. I remember coming to the Garden a few times, beating the Knicks. That's your hometown team. I mean, your number one team when you were little kids. And then your homeboys on the team, Stephon Marbury's on that team, man. You know what I'm saying? So you like coming to the Garden and beating him in the Knicks, man. That was
so real.
That was a great day. That was one of my favorite moments because the day of the game, I ended up getting the Daily News, and they had him and I on the Daily News or the New York Post, and the topic was him and I, 2 New York City guys about to clash in the Garden. And then we ended up winning. So, that was a good moment, man, to play against some of your childhood buddies, man. And both of us had that dream and that aspiration, man. Right. We both young kids growing up in New York City playing with each other. We was 10, 11, 12 years old. Then we played against each other. He played with Gouts. I played with Riverside. We played against each other in basketball camps. And, they always tagged us as the top 2 guards of our class in New York City. So,
y'all played in the terror squad for that one summer?
Yeah, that was one of the best moments playing against him in the Garden. So I got a lot of memorable moments,
man. That's dope, man. That's dope. That's fire, man. You played in Houston with Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady, man. Two of the best ballers ever, pretty much. Excuse me. Yeah. But how are you still in contact with any of these guys?
Yeah, man. Me and spoke to T-Mac the other day, man. We live not too far from each other. One of my other teammates that I played with Gary Charles, Long Island Panthers, Mike James, we live around each other. Our daughters play with each other all the time, man. Mike's still out here, living here, doing big things, man. I get a chance to see Yao when I used to go back and forth to China a lot. So we all good friends, man. A lot of us are still around each other, man, living out here, man. It's a wonderful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing to see our kids is playing ball now and going to the gym watching them play.
Right. I know that now you've taken on coaching, and you're coaching the RA Elite AAU team.
That's my name. This is just my 2 initials. Rafer, Alston, RA Elite. My 5th grade team, I used to have 5, 6 teams. right now, since my youngest sons is playing, I took a vested interest in him, and then his friends, they're on the team, and that's my strongest team. I'm about to start getting back to doing having a lot of teams and building my our elite AAU brand back up. Because we've had a lot of teams in my program at one time, you know. So, but right now my 6th grade team is my strongest until I get all those teams. I'm gonna start having trials on all my other teams again, and I coach 2 and 3 teams. Man. So it's, you know, I love being in the gym, you know, because again, it all dates back to when I was young, and again what basketball has done for me. So, you know, I'm always being in the gym. I'm gonna try to stay around basketball, you know, for the rest of my life.
Nah, that's dope, man. Was it more so like I'm trying to, you know, is an interest because my son is playing and I want to coach him, or was it like, yo, I really just want to, you know, give the coaching and the lessons and stuff like that I learned, I want to pass it on.
It's a combination of everything.
Okay.
You know, you're giving the lessons, right? You get to give the kids, you know, everything that you've gone through in your travels to make it, so to give them what to expect and what to look for. You know what I'm saying? I get, you know, what these coaches are expecting out of you, what to look for, some of the pitfalls the routes not to go around. I mean, not to fall, the pitfalls not to fall through. Of course, my son playing, trying to get his mind right, his game right. You know, what better person to get your own son together than yourself? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I remember one time somebody asked to train my son. I said, why in the world would I let you train when I played this game with the best of them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then sometimes I realize, you know what? Somebody else should train him. I can coach him because he might not want to listen to me for all that stuff. So, you know what I mean? So I salute to the trainers, people that train kids, man. That's they claim to fame. My claim is, you know, a lot of us claim to fame as a player. You know, they claim to fame is to be a trainer. So,
right.
You know, salute to them too, man.
Nah, everybody got a role to play, man. You know what I'm saying? Just do yours to the greatest of your ability, man. But somebody said everybody thought you was from uptown, but you was from Queens. Uptown, but he was from Queens, but Harlem adopted him. Does that sound?
I can see it. That's my boy PF, man. That's my boy P, man. Shout out to my boy P. He's accurate. You know what I mean? Everybody. They also thought I was from Brooklyn because my mom moved to Brooklyn my sophomore year of high school. So everybody thought I was from Brooklyn because they used to see me come up and down Brooklyn, man.
Well, you got Canada. You got Canada in here.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Canada. I love Canada, man. I love Canada. Actually, I was thinking about making Canada my home, man. If they never traded me, I thought about making Canada, living in Canada. That's how much I love Toronto. Toronto, a beautiful place, man. You know, Toronto, a beautiful place, man.
Yeah, what was your biggest takeaway from the NBA that you could tell these inner city young kings?
Wow.
That's loaded. That's a loaded question, by the way.
Yeah, man. It's tough, man. Here's the thing: the NBA, you can't get too high on yourself. You can't get too low, right? Yep. So you can't be high because you had a string of great games, and you can't get too low on yourself when you having a string of bad games, man. But you gotta remember, you're playing against the best players and best coaches and scouts in the world. You know what I mean? Because you're scouted every night, you're scouted all day, every day. They're breaking down film of you. You know what I mean? You're playing against this top flight competition, all-stars and future Hall of Famers. And you got to understand too about the NBA, man, that it's a players' league, and it's a league that's vested in stars and superstars. Right? So don't feel underappreciated and feel like, you know, no one cares about you. It's a business, and that's just the way it is.
No, that's a fact, man.
Man. Star players can do whatever they want. Star players can curse the referees out. They can curse the coaches out. But if you're a role player or a young player, you can't get away with it. It's just it's so much of that stuff going on that there's a lot of players that it rubs them the wrong way. But they got to understand this is just the way it is. It's nothing personal against you.
Hey, that's just the way it is, man. What was the best team you played for?
I can't say, man. What up, Sap? That's my guy,
Sap.
man.
What up, Sap?
Yo, Sap, I just finished watching one of your old Georgetown games, man. That's crazy. See how life is? Yeah. Just finished watching him run around the damn court. I was watching an old Georgetown game. He was playing, man. He was playing at Louisville. But I can't say, man. Like I said, I was on the team that won 22 in a row. I was on the team that won the finals. I was on the team with my boy Lamar Odom, man. That was one of the best teams, man. To be a part of a team with a guy that's from the same neighborhood as you, that's younger than you, that, you know, probably looked up to me. And it's so weird because when he was on the team, he was my best player. So I had to look up to him, man.
Word.
I was in a contract year that year, so I couldn't even get a chance to hang out with my boy every day because I had to make sure I was on top of my game so I can get this new contract. So he even put in his book. It's crazy, man. He put in his book.
Nah,
so
fire.
The feeling was mutual between us, even without us having to tell each other. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't hang out with him every day. Shout out to Lamar, man. I hope he's doing well. You know, and everything.
Nah. He's a great dude, man, and I hope he's doing well as well. I think, you know, from the looks of the social media, but you can't tell on social media nothing, boy. He looks like
yeah, man. Like I said, I hope he's doing well, man.
Yeah, I always ask everybody that I, you know, all of the legends that I meet, I always ask them one question, and you being at the you know, forefront of the New York City game, who would you say, you know, if you were a spectator, who would be your favorite streetball player to watch during your time?
I would say streetball. Which, I mean, when you say favorite streetball player to watch, if I wasn't playing, that was playing in the era that I played in.
Yeah. If you wasn't skipping, you was Rafer Alston, and, you know, just looking at the game from the
man. My favorite streetball player to be quite honest with you, man, would be Ed Booger Smith. Booger would have been the one I want to see. Shout out to Boogs. Shout out to Boogs. I was another streetball kid that, you know, if he could have ever left Brooklyn behind, man, he probably had a shot. I don't know if he'd have been a pro, but he'd have probably have a good shot somewhere, whether it be overseas or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But Booger Smith, definitely somebody that I love to watch.
Yeah, the way he passed that ball, man, that was
he could pat that rock, man. He could play. He could pass. He could pat that rock, man. He was tough, man. Not to put it like this, bro. All the guards that I played with and against, they never wanted to run up. Like, you know how you go to a game and okay, I'm gonna guard him. They knew they better not run up on him like that. That's the damn shit. I don't care who they are. If they tell you anything otherwise, they lying.
Hey, Skip, I tell you, I kid you not, man. I used to be in those stands. And when I hear on the mic, you got your Booby Smooth, you got your Alcad, Duke Tango, whoever it was on that mic that said Skip Tamalu is in the building. Like, yo, that feeling alone right there, where you just looking around, yo, where's Skip at? But you know
what's so crazy, man? Yo. So I was always in South Jamaica. I was always in the 40 projects. Like we might be on a corner rolling dice and stuff. This is summertime, you know, just doing the New York City thing, the neighborhood thing, right? So I'm supposed to get in the car with anybody from the neighborhood that was going to my game.
Right.
So we roll that on dice. Next thing I know, I'm like, oh snap! Look at the watch. Like, yo, it's time for my game. Yo, I'll look. Everybody done took off. So now I gotta take a taxi or catch the next somebody that's going that way to take me to the game, right? So everybody used to think, yo, Skip want to come late so he can get the standing ovation or everybody. That was not the truth. Every time my rider leave me, bro.
Skip come in at halftime, drop 50.
Yeah, they just like, no, I'm not trying to come in late. Yo, we used to have arguments with everybody from my neighborhood the whole ride back. We used to almost get in the fights. Yo, man, come on, man. You see me standing here. You go into my game, and you get in the car, and you take off on me. Like, we used to damn near get in the fight, yo.
Nah, that's cool.
Later that night, we'll leave them. Like, me and my boy, shout out to my boy Mook Diamond. We used to leave everybody else later that night. Everybody want to go to the tunnel, right? We want to go to the tunnel. Yeah. We leave them. Yo, okay. We'll like on a Sunday, we'll leave them on a Sunday. Like, okay, same thing y'all did to me from Monday to Thursday. We leave them. Go to the tunnel. We in the tunnel. They still on the block. Wait. We're moving, skipping them at. I know they going out. We are in the tunnel. Hey.
Yeah. Nah, Shout out to the tunnel, man.
Word, man.
You wasn't part of that.
Hey, sometime I used to just go to Harlem, go hang out with one of my homeboys, and then then just be out in Harlem, go to my game like that. Because I'm like, you know what? They ain't gonna leave me today.
That's why everybody thought you was from Harlem, because they saw you chilling.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, I used to go to Harlem when I was 10, 11 years old to play with my, we was called Young Life then. So we used to be Young Life, and then we all switched over to Riverside. So I used to play with so I had all them friends back then.
That was Durham team, right? Durham player.
Yeah, Durham, we was Young Life then. Then Durham, Young Life shut down, and Durham took all of us over to Riverside. Yeah. So then I had a bunch of friends. I had friends on the East Side, had friends on the, all over, man. I'm talking about from Grant Projects all the way around. And so I could go in, I could just pull up, I could just get off the train. I could get off the train and walk to Wagner, to Project. Catch one of my homies. Yeah, what up? Yeah. You know what I mean? I could walk to Wagner. I could walk to 1990. That's where one of my friends lived. I could walk down to I could walk over to Lenox Terrace. I could walk over there to catch up with Goblin Soul. That's where Huddy Six and them. That's where they lived. I could walk over there. Yo, what up? And they'd be like, yo, Rafe, what you doing outside? What you doing? Like, now I just came up here early. I got a game in a minute. Yo, word? Yo, I'm going. And then we just all walk to the game.
Yo, Skip, I want to be respectful of your time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt, man.
What's up?
No doubt, man.
Nah, but in terms of you, you know what I'm saying, you having this long lasting, kind of, I don't know, like an aura on the game. You know what I'm saying? Skip to my Lou. This name kind of it grew bigger. Yeah. It grew larger than life, right? Like, right. In terms of that, like, how did you feel when you were no longer, where you were like a rock star out there? You know what I'm saying? You're getting asked for autographs, and you're getting bombarded, from kids and just fans, whoever, and you can no longer, your privacy is now, there's no more privacy for you. And how does this feel to be at such a high level? And
it feel I was never that kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? So because that never really got to me, it didn't matter to me, man. Basketball was basketball, you know what I'm saying? So growing up in New York City, man, even I was in Rucker Park, and everybody used to gravitate to me and gravitate to my games. And I remember they listened to Hot 97, and one time they was getting off, and I'm getting off, signing off, and I'm about to head to Rucker to watch Skip. It didn't bother me because I was just like, I'm thinking New York City, that's what we do, man. We just play basketball. That's what it's just another day in life in New York City playing ball. When I got to NBA, it was more stars than me, man. You know,
everybody's a star.
Yeah, everybody's going through that. Even the 15th man on their team, when they go back to their neighborhood, they can't. Their privacy is done. So everybody's going through it. So it was nothing to me, man. It was just, like I said, I was still living the dream to making it. You know what I'm saying? So I was still enamored by the fact that I made it. On that note, man. Shout out to Dribble the Shame, man. Yeah, Team Tyson, they don't understand, man. So Team Tyson was one of the best teams we ever had in Rucker Park. Team Tyson, I think we lost one game, and then all of a sudden, when it got to the playoffs, everybody went back to school or went back overseas, man, and we lost to the playoff. But we was the hottest team out there. Shout out to Mike Tyson. I saw Mike Tyson a couple of summers ago in Vegas, man. Yep. Mike remembered Shane. Mike remembers Shane. Mike definitely remembers, man.
That's tough right there.
Yep. Me and Mike was at the Luxor. He's at the Luxor talking. It's like this a couple of years ago. Me and Mike was at the Luxor, man. He remembered, man. He's like, man, y'all made basketball fun for me just coming up there. Mike, they pull up on their bikes. We had cheerleaders.
He was out there?
Yeah, Mike couldn't every game. We had cheerleaders. Man. We had everything. I forgot my whole team. I know the twins from Brooklyn, me, Dribbling, Shane. We was loaded, man. We was loaded. Mm-hmm. It didn't matter who you started, who came off the bench, man. Whatever two guards started, the same two guards came off the bench was about to kill you.
Yeah, who was that saying?
I forget, man. Shane got to tell you the five, man. Shane, if you remember the five, it didn't even matter. You know what I mean? It didn't even matter who's the five. After the game, Mike take us all out to eat and go party. Man, it was crazy. Then Mike take us up to Albany, Catskills, all that. Yeah. Mike took us shopping. Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy.
That's fire. But again,
It
Skip,
was
man, yo,
crazy.
I could go all night with this, man. But again, I want to
Yeah, we look, man. We do it again sometime, bro. That's all it is. That's look.
Yo,
Hey, look. If you think you going all night, I got stories for days, bro.
yo, bro, I just want to be respectful
Stories
of
for
your
days.
time. That's all, man.
Yeah, no doubt. We can lock it in again. You know what I'm saying? You
All right.
check your schedule. How many dudes you got coming on? If you ain't got nobody coming on during the weeks or something, just hit me, man.
No, of course, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you. Salute to, you know what I'm saying, your family. Again, you know, Skip, I appreciate you for taking the time
No
out of
doubt,
your schedule to come chop it up with me. You know what I'm saying? All things hoops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to you, All Things Hoops. Shout out to New York City basketball. Everybody, man. Shout out to everybody that's on here that I played with, against, that coached me. Shout out to everybody that gave me some pointers that when I was young, man. And shout out, salute to everybody, man. It helped a great deal, man.
Facts, man. And you know, on the way out, man, again, shout out to Soul Pack. You know, shout out to, you know, Ball Star, everybody who's on, you know, on my side of things, trying to you know, making this thing work, man. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying, Rafer, Skip to Malu, Alston, Legends Talk, man. Yo, we appreciate you, champ.
No doubt, man. Salute, man. Thank you, man.
All right, bro. I'll chop it up with you soon.
Yep, no doubt.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Rafer, Skip to Malu, Alston. We're gonna chime back in, trying to connect with them, connect the dots, and we're gonna come back with a part 2 for the people. But again, everybody, thank you for your you know, your time. You know, feel free to definitely tap back in for, you know, tomorrow. We got Dave Cha-Ching Teal of Dykeman Basketball, and on Thursday we have Adrian A. Butter, aka Hollywood A. Walton. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, you know, get in tune with us. We moving, and we out.